We are live at the Kenyatta International Convention Center, and this is your front row seat to the 4th edition of the Kenya Meat Expo 2025. I'm your host, Pauline Ochieng.
And I'm Elizabeth Maleche, and today we're diving deep into the meat industry, seeing how it's driving sustainability all the way from the farm to your folks.
So stick around for the exclusive interviews, groundbreaking innovations, and the voices shaping the future of livestock in Africa.
I don't know about you, but I'm ready for some nyama, so let's go! With over 33,000 attendees and 250 plus exhibitors, this year's Expo themed Driving Sustainable Growth Across the Meat Value Chain is a powerhouse of policy debates, tech showcases, and deal making.
Organized by Nation Media Group and partners like the State Department for Livestock, this expo tackles everything from climate-smart farming to export barriers. But what's the big picture? Let's hear from the organizers.
I'm Wendy Karume, and you're joining us again from the Expo 2025, Kenya Meat Expo, and we have a special guest with us. Kindly introduce yourself.
My name is Joseph Trans. I'm a TV host on that is on Teen Republic, and representing Nation Media Group, and I'm the official MC for this year's Kenya Meat Expo 2025, 4th edition.
All right, thank you for joining us. So we have a few questions we'd like to ask you. The first one being, what inspired Nation Media Group to co-host this expo, and how does it impact the agricultural sector?
All right, Nation Media Group is media of Africa for Africa, and one thing about Africa is food. Secondly, thing about food is nyama, meat, right?
Yeah.
So having the expo, it brings together all the key sector players for people to know more about meat. Before, it's not just about choosing a nice piece of steak for yourself to have for dinner. It's just getting to understand from this particular animal after imezaliwa, from birth till now the meat gets to your plate, that whole process, and bringing people together for them to know the importance of these things.
Can you share a standout success story from the past expos that you guys have had?
One success story is that so far, being the 3rd day, we've had because we ran from 6th to 8th, that is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, today being Friday, we've had over 15,000 people walking in. The previous years on average we were doing 2,500 to 3,500, but right now we've done 4 or 5 times that number. So having 15,000 people walk in, and by walk-ins I mean when they're getting into reception, everyone gets to register. So we've had 15,000 registrations happening. So that's for us.
So it's getting better by the year.
Yes, and more partners are coming on board because we're doing it for the 4th time now, for the 4th year running, for 3 days in a row at KICC. One, it's not cheap. Secondly, more partners are coming on board. And third, people are here to have fun and get educated at the same time. What attendees must take away is one, agriculture is really growing. There is so much technology that goes into it, from the farm tools to applications that guys can actually download to register their animals, monitor their products. How in case you're selling 10 liters of milk, maybe you have cows somewhere, you have chicken somewhere. So people must take out that technology is really playing a key role in the agricultural sector, especially in the country. And also young people are actually part of this, and they're coming up with amazing groups, self-help groups across the country. We've had the president of Kenyan Pastoralist Association being part of this event right here. So yeah.
From solar-powered abattoirs to blockchain traceability, innovation is meeting sustainability head-on. Let's explore.
Okay, I'm joined here today with...
I'm Daniel.
Okay, I'm Debbie. So I have a few questions for you today. First of all, what brought you to the expo today?
Okay, basically I come from a company, Lins Packaging Machines. Basically what we do, we deal with packaging machines, their spares, and everything to do with that, the packaging side. So basically I just came here to network, maybe get a few people here and there we can probably supply the machines for. Yes, basically that.
So your target market now is the farmers who are here, basically?
Farmers who use most of my products, yes.
Okay. Yeah. So now that you're on the end of machinery, what are some of the machinery you'd advise upcoming farmers to develop into using in their farming methods?
I think majorly most of us are going into the modern market. So modernizing how you're packaging your food and everything. So let's say, for example, for the meat, there's an emerging trend of most people don't actually buy meat. Most people buy meat and maybe stock it for later. So probably vacuum packaging machines for vacuuming the meat. It will actually last longer for you. I think basically that's more so it for the meat industry also.
Okay. So we'll see you next time in the next expo.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, very soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for doing this interview.
But beyond tech, the Expo is educating consumers on safe, nutritious meat.
Through the 6 masterclasses that we've so far had, I think each and every input has been about driving sustainable growth in this value chain. And that's why even today's masterclass will be speaking to that, right?
That's true. And what actually stood out for me is that the fact that we are talking about meat doesn't mean that you have to just be in the meat industry. You could be someone who sells sauces, but those sauces go well with meat. And this is also a place for you to come and also look for clients, link up people. And that's why, Ibrahim, this morning, I want us to work on connecting people.
We will be connecting people, whatever it is that brought you here. I know beyond listening to the very many lessons that we are being taught, there is something specifically that brought you here. You could be a source of meat who is looking to export. You could be an exporter who is looking to source their meat. You could be an equipment dealer who's looking to have clients. This morning, we want to link you up. But Wangeshi, before we do that, let's ask all of us to be upstanding for the national anthem. Then we do that connection.
I want you to take this microphone very briefly, tell us who you are, what you are looking for, and if the person you're looking for or the player you're looking for is seated here, I will request them to stand and come sit next to you. That's how we are going to do these linkages right now. So that as we do the last session, we do this having added networks, all right? So anyone who wants to go first on what brought them here? What are you looking for? Have you found it yet? Anyone who wants to go first? Let's start.
There's one here. Your name and what you are looking for. Good morning. My name is Annabelle Mondemuema. I came to the Meat Expo first to network. I've already networked with international companies that are inside server room, and also to learn about the meat business and make new networks and learn something. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Lydia Mandila. I'm the Sales and Marketing Manager for Kenya Meat Commission. We are here at the Meat Expo because we understand that as farmers, you will have your livestock, but what is the end product? You need a market for the same to ensure that you have sustainable livelihoods. That is one. We've been able to interact with a number of farmers, and just to know, Kenya Meat Commission is actually an uptake for both beef, lamb and goat. And therefore, farmers who are here, livestock farmers who are here, karibuni sana kwa stand yetu.
I want us to put our hands together for one particular person whose name is David Maina. Let's clap for him as he comes to the stage. So David Maina is a business development expert from Feed and Fodder, from Resilient African Feeds and Fodder System. What we're going to be looking at this morning is driving quality and economic efficiency in beef production. And our focus this morning will be on feed and fodder. Karibu sana.
My name is David Maina. I think Wageshi Muriuki has mentioned that. I didn't give a full profile because I think we just wanted to focus on the subject for today. But I have exposure, most importantly, working with farms and the farming community, livestock and crops for the last about 18 years. And out of that, at least 12 years in livestock, feed and fodder. The feed conversion ratio, efficient fodder reduces the amount of feed needed. So if you're giving good feed, then you feed less. If you're giving feed that is the low quality in terms of nutrition, it influences how much cows can be able to take in, and of course you might end up feeding the tummy, but in terms of essential nutrients in the animal, they are not achieved. So the feed conversion also depends on which fodder you give. Then we have the meat quality. I think the previous speakers already associated, they were able to relate the two. How does fodder influence meat quality? And if you want to change, somebody taught me, and I think this is very good learning for me, that there's a difference between beef and meat. If you go out of this training area and go to the place where they are selling beef, what you're eating is meat. Okay, what you should be eating there is meat, not beef. Beef is the one that is on the body of an animal. It needs to be converted into meat through feeding, and that is what finishing is all about. But there are people who arrest the animal on the road, and the animal goes to the slaughter, and of course we get all sorts of quality, and that is not competitive for our sector. I think for us to be competitive, we also have to be sure that we have good quality coming out of how we are feeding our animals. So meat quality, optimal nutrition is able to give us the quality we are looking for. By the way, let me ask you, with a show of hands, do you think you are aware of meat quality when the meat is on the plate? If you think that you know good meat, put up your hand. You know good meat when it comes to the plate. If you know good meat, put up your hand. You know I have 3 hands only. I have 3 hands. Either the others clearly they don't know, or they are afraid of committing that they know. Now, when people come across a very tough meat, very muscular meat, and they are pulling it like this, depending on where you are and how safe you are, you can pull it the way you want, if you feel safe to pull the meat. But if you're in a place where you need to be decent, you mostly blame the chef. And most people actually call the chef. Call the chef. What happened you give us this kind of meat today? Of course, there's a possibility that the cooking can influence how meat looks like, or how it tastes, or how friendly it is in the chewing. But there is also a high possibility that it was a mistake at the original entry. That the animal that was actually slaughtered, there is nothing much you can do with your recipes to make that meat better, because it was tough from the beginning and that animal was not finished. So it is said that Kenyans actually don't know good meat. I was told this by a friend who is Egyptian, and I was taking him to eat meat somewhere. Can I tell you what he told me? Can I tell you what he told me? What he told me? Are you going to be okay with me if I say what he told me? I'm just reporting. I'm just a messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. So I want to ask for forgiveness ahead of time for what I'm about to say, because it was reported. By then I got shocked also. So if you get shocked, it's okay. Someone has been shocked before, and that was me. He told me 70% of the times I eat meat in Kenya, and I'm talking about beef, that meat in my country would have been in the dog meat section. I agree that we would take the soup, but the meat would not be for humans. We take very tough meat. Tell your friend you have gone through a lot.
Okay, hi, I'm Deborah Chiluti, and here I'm with
Jeff Mwigai,
an attendee at the Expo today, and he's going to give us insights on some of the things which he's learned today. So, Jeff, what did you learn today?
I've learned quite a bit. I'm an upcoming farmer in Laikipia County, and I came here with a lot of interest in terms of where to take my meat, because I have some livestock, and how to get markets going abroad. So I'm happy I've met some groups that are dealing with meat export. So at least I know once I get my livestock ready, I have somewhere I can contact them and just have the breeding, the exporting done.
So you've told me you're a farmer.
Yes.
So what's one thing you'd urge farmers like yourself or other policymakers to do, like now that you've come to this event and you've seen and learned? What's one thing you would urge them to change in their farming methods?
I would like people to know that it all starts from the breeds that you have. So if you keep the wrong breed of your animals, whether it is cattle, sheep, goats, whatever, even poultry, whatever you're keeping, it all starts from the breed. Just make sure you get a proper breed, and that's why I hope that even the government is going to support farmers, because we know people will eat meat on a daily basis. So these are areas that we need to help farmers so that they can be able to develop themselves and also the community around them.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. It was so nice meeting you too.
For meat vendors, this expo is a goldmine for networking and scaling up.
My name is Esther and welcome to the Kenya Meat Expo. Today we have a special guest with us and I'll let her introduce herself.
Hello, Karibuni. My name is Esther, CEO, Way Beyond Samosas, in partnership with Kenya Meat Commission.
So I have a few questions for you today. And the first one is, how has participating in past expos boosted your business?
The last year when we were here, we only came at Kenya Meat Commission outright. Kenya Meat Commission is a government parastatal that have a number of franchises outside Kenya, inside Kenya. Estates, like the franchise that I have is in Kiambu Road. And having working with KMC, we used to sell a lot of minced meat. And when we interacted with our customers, what do you do with your minced meat? They say we do samosas from the house. How comes? The reason why they do from the house because they don't trust any other samosa outside. So we approached Kenya Meat Commission as way beyond samosas, and we came into a partnership to use Regit meat, that is Kenya Meat Commission minced meat, to do Kenyan samosas. That's why we're here as beyond samosas to cater for the need that is there in Kenya where samosas are concerned. So coming to this year, Expo, after a year, we can say the response is very good. We already 1 year, and this time the exposure itself, the response from what people are saying, the response after they take our samosas, it gives us confidence even to do more. So it's good. It's a good thing. The exposure is good. People getting to know new product in Kenya because it's a new product in Kenya. Soon we are getting to the supermarkets and to the corporates. Good for the offices. Good for schools. You're all welcome.
Thank you. So my second question is, what tool or policy have you learned around that can help you revolutionize your business?
Okay, the reason why I want the exposure is to get people, for people to, we want to hear the response of people, what to improve. Is our chili too much? Is our chili to improve in what we are doing? And so far so good, and whatever retro they have mentioned, we're gonna work on it, but 90% we are the best.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so my last and very final question, what would you advise hesitant fellow vendors that about the local market, the local meat market?
I would say, by the way, it's good to consume beef, protein per se. You know, protein is healthy, even for people who want to lose weight and other things. And also red meat. These health benefits where red meat is concerned. I started as a meat seller, as a franchise. Now I'm owning a production for the same. So there is opportunity in life. So make use, whatever you are, make use of it. Look for the good thing about whatever you're doing. Regardless how small it is, it will grow. So make use of where you are, start from where you are. Yes, I didn't start with much. I started with 10, 20 samosas, 30 samosas. Now I'm in thousands of samosas. So start from where you are, and God will bless the work of your hands.
Thank you so much for your time, Esther, and we pray that your business continues to flourish.
Deals worth millions are struck here, proof that Kenya's meat industry means business. So I had a great time. I don't know about you, Pauline. The meat was chef's kiss. Okay, so from policy shifts to your plate, this expo, the Kenya Meat Expo 2025, has shown that sustainability isn't just a buzzword, it's actually the future.
And a huge thanks to our team.
Yeah.
So until next time, Keep championing Kenyan meat.